Hello, everybody. What's up? CRWC reviewing Ring of Honor. Cedric is here to give you all of our tidbits, and we'll be opening with answering viewers, which will be Zemo again. And you know, Zemo, you always got something interesting to write. So I'm gonna let you take this one up because she's gonna be using her phone to read. Because for some reason on my phone and Gmail, before I get this stuff, yeah, it stopped letting me see everything that you were writing. Man, it's annoying. But I will be putting mail.com back on my phone. I got rid of it because I won't using it. And if any of you got any questions, just CRWC 717 at mail.com and just send your questions or your comments or whatnot there. If not, you can leave them right here, comment section on YouTube and whatnot. So yeah, she's gonna lead this off. So go ahead and read us what Zemo had to say before we get into the Ring of Honor review.
All right. At this point, Hobbs would be better off going to Japan. Big men like him are usually booked well in Japan. I'd rather watch Hobbs face off against Ishii or Suigura. I think I'm saying that right. Instead of watching him get dragged. My phone went dark, excuse me. Or watching him get dragged down by Callis. AEW wastes good wrestlers worse than WWE. I knew the final segment would piss you off. I do not blame you. Of all the people they could select to be the final opponents for Sting, TK picks the Bucks.
The Bucks. To a hushed crowd.
Yep. They were uninterested.
When the crowd has maximum expectation, they're doing the holy shit chant. There was just murmurs.
Mm-hmm.
Just murmurs, man. It could have been a courtroom that heard somebody was like, they might be implemented in this. Oh, what's going on?
I mean, it's like waiting for the doctor to tell you the sex of your child, and they tell you it's a parasite.
Oh, what's going on? What do I want to say?
Let's see. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat would have been a better choice.
Yeah.
Or Dustin Rhodes. Better yet, they should have booked Sting and Darby versus Ricky and Dustin. If you want a final tag match, book that match.
Yeah.
Dragon and Rhodes actually have history with Sting. They respect Sting. They would have been perfect final opponents for Sting.
They wouldn't have done too much, and yet they could have done a lot. And too much meaning stuff that they don't need to be doing, but a lot as in terms of they could easily, that tag team could easily be 40 minutes and they would barely do anything, but they would have you in the palm of their hands. That's a mastery right there. But then again, Sting would have to be led through that match. It sucks, but he have to be led through the match.
Let's see. The Bucks respect no one but themselves. They are using their influence as executives to get what they want and get attention. Just like the spoiled brats that they are. And once again, no one is saying anything. AEW will never get better as long as the Elite and their friend, Tony the Mark Khan, is running it. Tony wastes more money with his stupid decisions. He wastes everyone and everything just like a spoiled child. I am so sick of people praising him and calling him the best booker in the world. It drives me mad. I'm right there. I am right there with you, man. He is like
No, I'm gonna nail it.
Like he's playing with his damn Barbie dolls.
Oh no, I'm going. Yeah, you're there. You're right there. But I'm gonna hit this nail on the head. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Jackie Gleason movie, starring Richard Pryor. Also, the toy. That little kid. That's Tony Khan.
He's playing with his live action figures. And it wasn't about race, although they tried to explain this looks bad. You can't own a black person. Yeah.
And the kid is like, I ain't thinking about that. The kid was, this is the beauty of it, okay? I want everyone to just understand this. It's a little white kid who gets everything he wants because dad is barely around. He does anything the kid wants to do. They're in the toy store. They see Richard Pryor. What was his name in the movie?
I can't tell you. Richard Pryor's character.
Richard Pryor's character in there. He was in there supposed to be a janitor or something.
Yeah.
And he's messing around. He starts messing with what they got, the Wonder Wheel. And he's playing. He was playing in it. Got out of control. and they was watching him. He didn't know it. The wheel starts deflating because it got ruptured. And he's like, no. And it's a great acting scene. The kid didn't see a black man to be my friend. The kid didn't see this could be slavery. The kid saw fun. Nothing more, nothing less. This guy is funny. This guy knows how to have fun. This can be my toy. It could have been anyone or anything that was in that Wonder Wheel having that level of joy that kid would have wanted. So that's one of the beautiful things of the movie. It wasn't about race. It was about fun. And Tony Khan, he bought Ring of Honor, and he does what he do because it's fun. And they are going to yes man him because once he stops having fun, he's out. Once he realizes he has to run a business to make profit and not gain clicks and views, he's not going to be there. Tony Khan is trying to have fun. So just that's the toy. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Because
it'll make you mad.
But it's a perfect parallel
of this
to Tony Khan and any other wealthy person out there that just buys stuff because they feel like it, or they want it because they want it for no other reason, just because somebody else might want it. Stuff like that. Watch the toy. Watch it. I learned some things from Jackie Gleason's character in that, dealing with a cigarette lighter. I'm not going to tell you what, but he taught me a lesson using a cigarette lighter. So, okay, go ahead.
Just look at Claudio. He works hard to get over, but Bloody TK and his stupid decisions are holding him back. I hate to say it, but Claudio was treated much better in WWE.
Yes, and he left WWE. No, I think they got rid of him. His contract was up. He didn't want to stay. They didn't want to renew, and he wanted to go somewhere where he thought he'd be treated with some respect and dignity.
Oh, well. Let's see. I never liked Russo. Never understood why people like him. And before I forget, Impact Wrestling has officially gone back to calling themselves TNA again. Good commentary, guys. Thanks, Zimmo.
Thanks, Zimmo. Thank you very much. Zimmo be on point. And look, Zimmo. I'm talking to you, man. Or woman. I think you're a guy. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're not a guy, okay? But there was a commenter, and I know you probably saw him, that said what you wrote was too long and nobody's going to read it. I'm going to tell you this right now. Nobody has dominion over me and Cedra. So when he says nobody's going to read it, fuck him. All right? He doesn't dictate what you write is too long or too short. He or she or it or whatnot. All right? So you write as long as you need to. You be you. You do you. All right? That's what you do. We read them. We enjoy them. Anybody else out there, you want to leave some comments? Don't be a troll and try to leave some essay or some crap like that. But I'm just speak from the heart. Be genuine. You know, no, we don't want to read something that's 18 pages. That's not happening. I'll be like, well, that's a nice comment that somebody else can read. But keep it nice and sweet. You know, Zimmo does that. So Zimmo, you leave your comments the way you do. You've earned it. You've earned it. So you got something to say that takes a while. It is what it is. We'll read it. It's just what we do. You've earned it. All right.
I agree.
Anybody else want to leave some comments? Leave them. We're open. You know, we agree. We don't. You teach us, we learn. Hopefully we can teach y'all something. It's really that simple. You know, we're not elitist.
Nope.
We're not. You know, it ain't like, oh man, we're only going to read like those that pay. No, we got better things to do, and so do you, all of you. Make you pay so we can. That's some stupid shit. No, y'all right. We'll read. It's all good. So now we're gonna get up into this Ring of Honor review. Ring of Honor really wasn't that bad.
No, it was a good show all around. It was a good show.
I would say by and large it was a good show. I don't know. You might be right about that. We'll have to go back over it. There's stuff you're gonna remember, and a lot of stuff I don't forgot. That's why I just write down who wins and loses, and you know, That's about how it goes. I only care for the Minion show. I watch Ring of Honor for the Minion show. So we're going to get into this. So this is Ring of Honor review. This is January 11th. So it starts with Zack Knight versus John Crwc. Zack Knight is Saraya's brother.
Yeah.
John Crwc, not going to lie, we was contemplating if that was Serpentico, but it's not. It can't be. But Zack won with sprinting elbow strike after the crucifix bomb into the corner. It's a nice little setup. I like it. But Zack Knight is good.
Yeah. He got to wring some of the indie out of him.
Yes. He's a nice striker. He lays his stuff in. You know. He can work on some areas, but right now, as Cedra said, knock off some of that indie. You know, actually a lot of that indie. You know, there should be someone that when you come in, they train you to be a professional wrestler. You know, you sell the move, you sell the match, you show that something hurt, you show how you're stunned, dizzy, wobbly, something. You know, show in the ring, oh, this hurt, but I'm coming back after you. Something. Instead of, okay, let me get to the next spot. Okay, let's make sure this spot looks well. We messed up this spot. Let's try again. We messed it up again. Let's try again. You're messing up the spot. I will stand here and just stare at you until you get it right. No, you got to knock that stuff off. You got to. I ain't saying this is what he did, but that's the indie stuff that needs to be killed.
Yeah.
Learn to improvise at points and then get to the next thing that you want to get to. But when you are a professional wrestler, there is nothing next that you have to get to. That's the difference. That's the difference.
You have a repertoire. You have an armory. You have things you can draw from.
And if you don't get it, go into something else.
Yep.
So next match, want to get to the next one?
Yeah.
So next match is Tony Nese versus Marcus Cross. Marcus Cross, home state guy.
Yeah.
And Cedar was like, you might put in a good showing. No.
He tried. He was laying, they talked about his martial arts background. He was laying kicks in very well.
Yeah, this was the one that did well.
Yeah.
It's somebody else that got jacked up.
Yeah.
Good grief, that pissed me off. Mm-hmm. Yep, thanks for the memory, Cedra. Good grief, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. We'll get to it, everybody.
He didn't have as good a showing as John Crwc did. But this dude did all right. He got to show a little bit, but Tony Nese,
he stole Cedra's move, the matriarch in Fire Pro, stole the move I made for her. But he won with the pump handle sit out TTD. TTD stands for Tenzan Tombstone Driver, who innovated the tombstone anyway.
Senor Blockhead himself.
Yep.
That man got a brick for a head.
Yes, he do.
A cinder block for real.
And Yano Toru found that out the hard way. Good grief.
Bone on bone.
I know that was so long ago, but that
really
still pissed me off. That pissed me off. Like, dude, it was water sprayed. You couldn't let it go.
Nope.
You couldn't let it go.
Nope.
You could have snuck him in the back with your own squirt bottle.
Nope.
No, you had to go out there and bone on bone.
Bust them both up.
Yes, they both had jacked up faces for a while. And they didn't wrestle each other again. For like what, a year and a half or so?
Maybe even longer.
It was a while before they got in the ring together again.
Maybe Tenzan had to mellow.
It took him a while. It took him a while. Oh man! Next we get the Ring of Honor television title match: Angelico versus Kyle Fletcher.
Oh man!
Look, Fletcher wins after the Tombstone Power Driver and pin. Okay. Now that Tombstone is his new finisher. It's good. It's good. Note, by observation, I'm gonna let you go at this, Cedra, but by observation and skill, this makes Kyle look like a legit paper champion.
It does. When they started announcing, when I saw it up there, Angelico.
It's Angelico for the United States and American speakers, but it's Angelico for those that are Hispanic. That's what he said, allegedly.
So, up and down, front and back, left and right, Angelico should beat Kyle Fletcher on any given day. Okay? This is before they even get in the ring, right? They get in the ring, and Angelico goes about the fairly simple task of embarrassing Kyle Fletcher. He I can't remember what it was on the outside, but he had him careening. He careened.
He dropped toe, and Fletcher went careening, as you say, into the apron.
Chest first. It was terrible.
But that was on Fletcher made that look good because Fletcher could have just dropped to the floor.
He could have.
That's a drop toe hold, but he jarred himself.
He did like a damn fool. So yeah, kudos.
Yes.
I used a terrible word.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, that's recorded. That's recorded.
I did it on purpose. Kudos.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay, fine. Kudos
she hates that word so much.
To him looking like a fool.
She hates that word so much.
I do. I hate that and scrum and feedback. Anyway, all three of them suck. And then, let's see. Later, he got him in Angelico got him in his finishing move. I'm sorry, I don't know these moves.
Twisting reverse figure for a leg grapevine or leg lock.
Everybody taps out, and it's not even, oh, this is my finisher. You should tap out. It looks like something you should tap out too.
When he spins and drop down, you would think he could break somebody's shit, but he knows what he's doing.
Kyle survives it. Of course, he has survived it. He's the new TV champion, and let's not forget that really tight roll-up. Was it a crucifix roll-up he put him in?
Yes.
It was a 3 count.
It was the master cradle or the magistral.
Hear me when I say that was a 3 count. Everybody in the arena saw it. And everybody in the arena knew it. The ref knew it. And Helico knew it. And Kyle Fletcher knew it too. He should have lost. But no, they didn't.
Yep. In the crowd, you can hear... Look, they're so used to the bullshit from Tony Khan that when it happened, you didn't get the murmurs or this is bullshit. You could hear almost the hissing groan of rage, like it's some bullshit. You could hear it. I was like, ooh, that's bad. I'm like, that. Look, the show you have today determines how many people might come to the next show you have. If it's a static set location, you might see only they might lose 25 to 33% of the fans next time because they be like, well, what else other crap we gonna see? And it sours them. NWA days, that would have been a 3 count. And they were like, y'all just got to make up for it.
Yep. Kyle Fletcher won the match. Yay! I don't know why. Of all of the people in Ring of Honor that he hung that belt on Kyle Fletcher.
Because he promised he's doing what it looked like WWE used to do is like, we're going to bring you in, we'll make you a champion. And they gave him this because Kyle probably was like, you said you make me a champion. It's in my contract. I don't have anything. It's like, we'll give you this belt.
I don't go with that. I don't go with that because when he came into the company, he was a package deal.
Yep.
They got those belts. And then his partner got hurt again. So some other deal was made to facilitate him winning this match after, completely abandoning his former faction and joining this faction as a singles competitor. I don't know why they put the TV title on him. They could have had Takeshita come to Ring of Honor. That would have made more sense. They could have had Hobbs come. That would have made more sense. And at the very least, they've been in the organization as a whole longer. They could have gave it to damn Dalton Castle. They could have gave it to fucking Shane Taylor. They could have let Angelico. Anybody else could hold the title and it make sense, especially with their arsenal. But they gave it to Kyle Fletcher, which is he's fast forwardable.
It's the Darth Vader effect. Yes, he changed the stipulations of the deal. Pray that he doesn't change it any further. That's what that is.
And there's, he picked up a belt that Joe didn't want or need anymore. He held it for over a year. He had never held it before. He scratched that itch and moved on. Okay, I picked this up because I didn't beat the former champion and there's no way I could have. 1, 2, you got this belt over so many others that should have had it. 3, you have a match where you should have lost it again. I would have to really and deeply and truly reevaluate my existence in the damn company.
If you was Angelico?
If I was Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, like why are you here?
Yes. Why? I don't see it.
Maybe he's learning. You know, he's got to wrestle somewhere, right?
Go back to Japan. Go back home. You came from somewhere, right?
United Empire was possibly a good faction, but coming into a company where there's only factions, that's the problem. That's the problem. So that look, I know CR Fire Pro's got a lot of factions. This is what I do. I love that shit. However, factions do help each other, but everyone's got their singles, their tag team careers doing what they do. Tony Khan, he's got these factions that don't do jack shit. No. They form, they do their promos for a couple of weeks, then they start to die off. That's Tony Khan's MO right there. You know, got to cycle them through. He's got a chart that he cycles people through it. That's why they get gone for a little bit. So, yeah. Next we get tag team, the Righteous versus the Dawsons. The Dawsons we first saw in the NWA.
And they're good.
Yes. Damn good. They jump started this match.
The North Carolina boys. And, yeah.
And this is the first of 2 of this crap tonight. But damn, I love Dutch from the Righteous.
Go ahead.
Oh, something happened. Vincent got knocked down. Dutch, this is the second time we've seen Dutch do this. He went into overdrive and showed I can go. I'm a big dude and I can go. And he became a juggernaut. I loved it. It looked good. It didn't look stupid, phony, or fake. None of that. It looked like it should have been. Wow. And look, the match started well, and suddenly Dutch goes into overdrive while Vincent watches from the corner. Dutch was all over these 2. Crossbodies, slams, suplexes, evading stuff so they can have their mishaps and then taking advantage of stuff. And then he hit that 180 Bossman slam and 1, 2, 3.
That was it.
He hit that slam. He was kind of all over himself at that point. He had to figure out, how do I turn over? Because he was in go mode. Mm-hmm. But he got it. He got it. Got the 1, 2, 3 and looked impressive.
Dutch does not normally start the match.
Nope.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Dutch normally starts the match. Yeah. Vincent does not normally start the match. Vincent started the match wrestling the dude that may have had 200 pounds on him.
Yeah, both of them had about 200.
Yeah, Vincent, they were all over him. They were tag teaming Vincent. Vincent didn't get any offensive moves at all. He was ailing and in need of that tag. And when he tagged, he was hot, and Dutch just brought it on home. And
beautiful.
He's a finisher.
Beautiful. Dutch, that's my motherfucker right there. Love me some Dutch. Got to love him. And Cornette wants to call him a job guy. Fuck you, dude. I'm like, look, yeah, you know,
he's damn near boss man reincarnated.
Yes.
What's wrong? You down on Ray Trailer all of a sudden? We know you not. So damn. Leave a motherfucker alone.
Yep, this guy moves better than Ray Trailer did. And Ray Trailer could fucking move.
Boss man could move.
That man could.
He come off them ropes.
He had to shoot. He was speedy like a lightweight.
I was a kid watching, but I remember he was he was fast.
Yeah. I'm like, well, this is a big dude. Oh my God, he's quick. Mm-hmm. And that's how that was. But the Righteous, they deserve so much more.
Yep.
Next we get the Boys versus Iron Savages. And
this is a little silly.
This was silly. This was their goofy match.
But I enjoyed it.
The Boys work like smaller wrestlers. They don't work in a way where they're trying to slam anybody or everyone. Mm-mm. Even people their own size, they might slam them, but it's not a thing they do all match. They work like they have to have the leverage advantage, like drop toe holds or climbing up on somebody or double team schoolboys and double drop kicks and things like that. That's what they do. And the boys need to find their style of match to win, where they're on offense at least 60% of the time to get these wins and start looking like they're worth something. Because right now, it's like, I get it. It's all the work, win or lose. But you also don't want to end your career being those that were just, crash test dummies.
Yeah, but unfortunately, with the nature of the professional wrestling business, there are those that they are going to be that.
Yeah. And there aren't that many teams you look at and say, oh, they should win.
Nope. There's not that many teams. Not everybody's going to be rock and roll, or not everybody's going to be The Rock. It's just.
Yeah. Right now, everyone is rough. Is at the big men now. I mean, yeah, there are Hobbs and whatnot. They're few in AEW. But the big men now are the size of Brett and Sean.
Yeah. And there's something else to be said about that. When I think back on wrestling when I was a child, there are those that I remember. Okay, of course I know Hulk Hogan because he was all over everywhere. But yes, I remember the Big Boss Man. He wasn't a champion, but I remember him. I remember how he looked and how he performed in the ring. Of course, there's The Undertaker. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's the silliness of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but he was good. Mm-hmm. I remember the Australian dudes.
The Bushwhackers?
Yes. Yeah. They were nut jobs. There are those who know they're never going to be champions, but they deliver another sort of thing.
Yes.
It's like they deliver memories.
Yeah, they don't have to, as a pro wrestler, you don't have to be a champion to be, honestly, the most memorable.
That's true.
You don't have to be. You just have to be memorable.
And they, because of their association with Dalton Castle, are able to stand out even when they're alone.
Yes, you know who they are in terms of, oh, that's the boys.
Yeah,
you know them when you see them.
Well, you know when they see them, you know what you expect.
Tell them apart, but
no, I can't either. And you know what to expect, and you know that it's going to be enjoyable. And if nothing else, they're certainly going to be enjoying themselves, or at least they sound like it.
Yes, and I love that part. Woohoo! And all those, I love it. I love how that sounds. I just wish that they need a junior tag team division.
That'd be everybody.
And they only need about 6 teams. I mean, in Ring of Honor, no, everyone's pretty much a heavyweight.
I'm thinking about AEW. I'm sorry.
No, Ring of Honor.
Yeah, Ring of Honor. You're right.
And yeah, a junior tag team division. It would look good, about 6 teams. That'd be good, and get that built up. I think they would do good. I really do. Let's see. The Iron Savages, they won with their double team move and got the pin.
Yeah.
It was a silly match, but it was okay.
It was a good match, and it was entertaining. The Iron Savages are entertaining.
Yep, they are.
They are.
I like the Iron Savages. They'll never get the due they deserve.
No.
Cornette called them job guys. It's like
because they are.
That's how they were presented.
But they are. They're old school tag team wrestlers. Them against the Outrunners. Them against FTR.
It always looked good.
Yeah.
They look good.
They understand the assignment. They are a tag team.
Yep. And the Savage sauce, they sipping it. They sipping that Savage sauce. And they taking it with Titty City.
Titty City.
Yep. And everybody's they're gonna eat that.
Yep.
They're gonna do all that. Jack Jameson, he gets me. It's funny. He comes out talking. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm there.
Rick Bonnie said the Savage sauce smell like gasoline and chocolate.
I have fun watching the Iron Savages. I really do. I think they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the next match: Serpentico versus Cole Carter. Okay, so let me just read what I wrote.
Okay.
Serpentico gets on a good roll. Garrison comes to the ring to cause the distraction. Carter rolls up Serpentico with a handful of tights and gets the win. Now, Serpentico did look good for a good part of the match. Now, the double team starts on Serpentico after the match, And Angelico jogs to the ring. Even Coleman was commenting saying he needs to have more urgency. And then I wrote the note, it's bad that the tights had to be pulled on the guy Carter's beaten 2 times before with no effort. Then again, this might be an attempt to make Serpentico a more viable person.
Yeah, Serpentico looked good in this match. He had offense. He wasn't just getting beat up and squashed. He has been looking better now that he has been separated from Luther.
Yeah. Spanish Announce Project became... And I'm like, look, I know Serpentico might be Hispanic. Maybe. I don't know. I heard him speak perfect English, but people that speak 2 languages...
The Latinos, they can do that. They'll put that shit on you. Be like, what?
Yep, saying something in Spanish. American Express card. What?
When it boiled down to just Serpentico and Angelico, he's come up some. Yep. He's come up, and I was happy to see it.
I like Serpentico's colors.
Yeah,
I'm like, him and Angelico. I like they stand out. They're vibrant. I like it. But I'm like, you got to come up with a different name. You've got Luther, who's from the United States. You've got Angelico, who's from South Africa. And you've got Serpentico, who's allegedly from Mexico.
And they're all called Spanish Announce Project. But you know what? After I first saw it and heard it, it's so outlandish, it stuck. I spent 5 years trying to figure out who the Kingdom was. I know who Spanish Announce Project is. I'm happy for it. I'm there for it.
Okay. I will ease up on it, but I'm just
5 years trying to figure out who the Kingdom is.
Oh my goodness. So next we get a 4 corners women's match, which I thought was not. I don't know why they did this. This was dumb, but it's Lady Frost versus Trisha Dora versus Queen Aminata versus Diamante. And when Diamante came out, I said, well, there go your winner right there.
Yeah, you did.
Lady Frost, all right, but they use her as a mid-card job girl. Trisha Dora is the job girl until she wrestles someone that's the enhancement wrestler. Queen Aminata, who's right now was a job girl on Dark for the longest and now finally got a win last week. And then Diamante, who just has absolute presence.
Yes.
Diamante, I just love the way she stand, the way she walk, the look of that assertive look on her face, like this is happening to you and you might as well make peace with it. I like that about Diamante and Mercedes Martinez. Mm-hmm. I like that.
When Queen Aminata comes out, she looks around like she is above the fray.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And so this match, it goes well. Everyone's doing it. The crowd wasn't happy with how it started off. It was basically your light-skinned women against your dark-skinned women, how it started off in pairs. And the crowd groaned at that, and they didn't have the crowd after that. Mm-hmm. The crowd just did not. When they started off, and at first they was kind of cheering. When they broke off into the pairs like that, the crowd just didn't give a damn. And they couldn't get them back. No matter what they did, they had to wrap that match up quick. And I was amazed at the finish because it was Queen Aminata who won with the diving double foot stomp that looked a little bit too legit on Lady Frost. Mm-hmm. And I had to put the note, the crowd was not with this. That was my note. But yeah, that they had to get up out of that match.
Yeah.
Crowd was like, no. Next, we get the match that ticked me off. Josh Woods versus LeBron Cozone.
When Marcus Cross was out earlier, mm-hmm. they talked about how he's in North Carolina. He's been there before. They've seen him, martial arts background. He is trained by Cozone. Cozone got his own wrestling training school. He trains lots of people around the state.
Got his own promotion.
They gave us this background prior to Cozone wrestling.
Yep. Cozone was built to sound. He's got his own promotion. He's a great trainer, a legendary trainer, all rolled up into one in his young career. He's trained a lot of people. And you can see by how the little bit that he did, how he moved in that ring, this guy knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He had a vibe just looking at him, and he got annihilated.
It was like, what, 2 minutes?
Not even that, really. If it was, it's because he had to recover from getting beat on.
He just got housed.
He got housed.
He got housed.
He got jobbed out.
And it's not Joshua's fault, and it's not Cozone's fault.
That's the booker. You got to do this, and you're gonna job, you're gonna do that, squash them, yada yada. No. And you know what? The crowd wasn't into that either. The crowd was all good at first for this match. LeBron Cozone, they recognized him. And when that match was over, the crowd was like, man, this is how you get that we are going to not come and watch your company. This is the stuff that made people not want to watch you. You know? Yeah. It's almost like Tony Khan's trying to shelve Ring of Honor permanently. Next, we get Robin Renegade versus Taya Valkyrie. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Taya won with the curb stomping pin.
Yeah.
Okay. Urine Hair herself, she won again.
Yeah, PP head.
Her and Johnny TV, stupid ass name. You can't. Okay, you're not gonna stick with Morrison, and I get it. When he was WCW, he was Johnny Nitro. You know, it's just whatever he's gonna be, the name he's gonna. I get that. But he could have done something. You know, that could have been John Valkyrie. Not a bad name.
No.
Actually, it's not bad
he
at
didn't
all.
want to be Mr. Valkyrie.
Yeah. He's still a damn good wrestler.
He's a great wrestler.
Yes.
It's
just that he and Dalton Castle, this thing that they got going,
is silly.
Yeah, I'm like, it's carried out too long. Dalton's like, I just want to hit him in the face. I'm like, go hit him. I
just want to smash his face. Go smash. That's what I was thinking. Go smash it.
Yeah.
Just go jump on him in your disheveledness.
Go ahead and get it done. You know?
It's funny. Morrison / Giant TV has only aged from like the chin up.
His body has improved.
Yeah.
As crazy as that is.
His body was better than he did when he was younger. But you only see the age on his face.
Hey, and he still can deliver a good promo.
Yeah.
You know, he can still do good.
Yeah.
Not a great promo, but he can still do a good promo. And you believe it. Just with the wrong situation right now.
And him and his wife, as much as I don't like his wife, they are a good pairing for this. They play well off each other. They're working this very well.
Yes. Will not deny that. So, backstage, Minion moment. Not going over everything, but Billy Starks informs Lexi, okay, the bestie minion, informs her that Athena is not there because she is training and getting
Texas.
Prepared for stuff. Yes. And Lexi is happy as a lark. And she's like, we can go bowling, we can go out clubbing and drinking and stuff.
Pop some bottles.
Yes. And Billy's like, I can't do the clubbing and bottles things because I'm underage. And I was like, well, you just got a lot of viewers hard.
And then Lexi said, okay, we can go mini golf. We can go bowling.
She's so tired. She's a woman, but too young to drink.
She said, I'm so tired.
Yep. But they are happy to be free for the moment.
Free.
So
they got abducted into servitude.
Yes, Minion Overlord demands a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So next we get Layla Hirsch and Rachel Ellering tag teaming against Brittany Jade and Emily Hale, who look like they're about to get destroyed. They're like, okay, come to the room for your beating.
They look like they might be being marched out to a firing squad. I mean, they look like they were going to the execution. They just left their last will and testament in the green room.
The only choice they had was what kind of bullet they're going to take. We got a nice row of bullets. Which one you want? So the opponents look like they're going to die in front of their family. That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
But they bought it though. Once the match got started, Brittany and Emily, they bought it. They fought back. They looked really good. They didn't look stupid. You know, Hirsch and Ellering, you know, they helped them look good. They looked good themselves. They had each other's back. Mm-hmm. It was nice. But Hirsch, she won with she did the hammer throw to feed, I can't remember which one, into Rachel's boss woman slam.
I know she had on, I think it was Brittany. She had on yellow.
Okay, Brittany?
Yeah.
Okay, and then after the match, Abaddon shows up to face off with the tag team from the stage. That's it.
That's it.
Just come out and stand and look. You know, you could just, I don't know.
She should have come with a tag team partner and done that at least. But
yep.
Yeah.
And I think if they showed up with them, it would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name.
What?
NWA.
Max.
Yeah,
Max
the
Van
Impaler.
Taylor.
I'm like, it ain't Vlad. What is it? Okay.
It's Vlad. No, it's not Vlad.
So after that, we get a 4-way match. Jack Cartwheel, Slim J, Blake Christian, and Gravity. Now, if you took out, and you said this, either Slim J and Gravity, we'd have a match.
Have a match. It'd be a damn good match.
Blake Christian, week before last, or was it last week? You ain't gonna do me like that.
You ain't gonna do me like that. And he unleashed a can of whoop the ass.
That was awesome. I was like, it's bad enough that my first seeing of Blake Christian was GCW. And I was like, he's indie, but damn, I see some potential. I told you about him.
The first time I saw him was on New Japan Strong.
That's when you first saw him.
And the DKC and all those new guys that we never seen before.
Yep, that was about 2 months after I saw him in GCW. And I was like, you're going to like this guy.
And he is good. He's even better now than he was then.
Yes.
And he was doing it this match, but the crowd was not feeling
They've been soured on about 3 matches.
They weren't feeling it. All they wanted was Jack Cartwheel, and I don't blame him. I like watching Jack Cartwheel.
Jack Cartwheel, I was when I first saw him, like, fuck this guy. Then I saw him the second time. I was like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
You see it,
and it's not at the stupidest times. I was like, wow, okay. Then the third time, I'm like, this guy's good.
He picks his moments to do certain things. I have such an appreciation for precision, and he is incredible.
The problem with Jack Cartwheel, he doesn't register on his face that the match has happened. There's no facial expressions. You get punched in the face, you get slammed. There should be, they just and hold their back. No, not everyone. You need somebody pick this fool up and slam him on the ground legitimately one time and be like, there you go, that's how you do it. But or do the whole thumb to the thumbnail to the earlobe and be like, remember that. That's how you need to react. But yeah, no one cared for Slim J, Blake Christian, or Gravity. Just Jack Cartwheel. When they was in the ring, Jack, yay!
Man, the crowd was not into it. Blake Christian was in there. He was doing his thing. He was putting it down. It was one lone girl in the front row. Boo! Boo! I was like, dang, man, she gives him a hard time.
And ultimately, Blake Christian submits Slim J to the Texas Clover Hole, which I thought looked good.
Yeah.
But the crowd is like, man, it ain't Jack Cartwheel. We don't give a damn. Yeah, and that was my note. The fans only cared about Jack Cartwheel. They were bored or booed anyone else.
Boo.
Like, literally, there was a point where you're watching the match, and I'm glad the wrestlers can talk that low under their breath or not at all, because you would have heard them.
Mm-hmm.
You would have heard them. It was quieter than the New Japan match.
It wasn't that quiet.
Oh, yes, it was. At 2 points, it was stupidly quiet. I thought maybe, when your ears close up, you can hit it right before that ringing begins.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was me. And it won't. I was like, good grief, they sucked the sound out my ears. What's happening?
You thought the regular scheduled program was being interrupted, huh?
Yep. Next, Athena trains women in the ring.
It was more than women.
There was some dudes. There was one or two.
There was more than one or two.
They looked kind of effeminate. I don't know. I was just rolling with it.
They were thin men.
But like thin mints. And nobody really wants them except people that say they're trying to lose weight when they're not.
Oh, that's bull. Thin mints are good if you like chocolate and mint.
I can't eat mint, so fuck all y'all. There, I said it. So, y'all good if you like thin mints, fine. Just being a jackwad. And she's like, switch up, yes, minion overlord, and all this. And then the students try to warn her that somebody's behind her. And she's like, shut up. And Nyla Rose is there, and she's all
drapes her hand on her arm or her shoulder.
And she's like, yeah. She's like, what? So Nyla attacks Athena.
No. She looked back and Nyla said, surprise, bitch.
Yeah, she did say that.
She did. And commenced to kick her ass.
Whooped her ass, went outside the ring, scared the hell out of everyone else, got a table, was like, yeah, we're going to do some remodeling. So yeah, got the power bomb on her on the flat table or whatnot. And, she messed up Athena. And Athena is going to try to get some vengeance, and she's going to beat Nyla Rose because Nyla Rose can't beat anyone.
Yeah, sucks.
She just can't. Christopher Daniels versus Lee Johnson, and Lee came out not looking so confident, but he's toned up, got good gear on. I was like, you look nice, dude.
His chest and shoulders got bigger, and his waist has gotten smaller. The dude is already tiny as hell.
I'm not digging the new music, really.
You can fit him through a ring hole already.
But it was a good match. It was a great wrestling match. And I was like, well, how is Lee going to beat the Ring of Honor normal guy? And he didn't. Daniels won with Angel's Wings. Got the pin, showed his appreciation for Lee Johnson, who I think is going to contemplate being a heel and joining STP. And speaking which, Shane Taylor Promotions versus the Infantry. Best of 3 falls. Why? I don't know. There's been not that level of beef or anything. They haven't had that many matches. So, and usually if they do meet each other, it's always in some kind of weird mixed match or 4-way match or 3-way match, tag team or something. But anyway, Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty versus Carly Bravo and Captain Sean Dean. The first fall goes to STP via knuckle punch by Shane Taylor on Carly Bravo for the pin. The second goes to the Infantry via Sean Dean landing a massive body press on Moriarty for the pin. And then the final pin goes to Shane Taylor Promotions via elevated complete shot by Lee Moriarty on Sean Dean and for the pin. And it was a good match.
It was a good match.
Damn good match. I could watch that one again. Shane Taylor's awesome.
He
is awesome.
And him and Moriarty are a very good pairing.
Yes.
They are a very good pairing.
I'm like, they need to be in more tag team matches. Shane Taylor's trying to be the baddest man on the planet again. He was, in terms of TV champions right now, Joe number 1, Taylor number 2. However, presentation, being in Ring of Honor, Joe is minuscule compared to Shane Taylor.
Yeah.
Joe ain't even on his level when you want to go in it like that. I'm just going on duration, but title shots, match level, and all that, Shane Taylor blows Samoa Joe out the water.
Yeah, he was defending that belt.
And he had some epic, awesome matches.
Yes.
And people was built up around him. The fans were there. He had the fans in his pocket. He couldn't be a babyface. He couldn't be a heel. He just had absolute respect and admiration from the fans.
He just had to be a bad, bad man.
Yep.
He got Carly Bravo in the corner and gave him the forever eye scrapes. He was called at his eyes and seen life for 5 minutes. I had to roll it back. That eye clawing was forever.
You know what, Cedra? You're right. This was a damn good show.
Yeah.
This was a damn good show. I think all of you should find it and watch it.
Yeah,
I really do.
Ring of Honor.
It was their last show.
January 12th. Yeah.
The 11th or the 12th, either one. I wrote this down for the 11th.
Okay, because it happened Thursday and we watched it.
This
Friday.
was a good show. I think all of you should watch it.
Yeah, I do too.
I like it. And if you do wrestling reviews and y'all hear this, y'all do wrestling reviews, put your YouTube channel down there, or where your podcast is, your main podcast, and we'll take a listen to it.
The booking sucks, we know that, but the wrestlers made the most out of what they had to work with.
Yep.
And that's what you have to do with any job. Your employers suck, but you just make it happen. You just make it happen.
Yep. Whatever gets you through the night. That's how that goes. Oh man. But that was damn. Good little memory lane thing. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I hope y'all enjoyed this. This has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary, Ring of Honor, and answering viewers. And with that, we want y'all to Be good, stay warm, and enjoy this month. It's been a rough month for a lot of people. It really has. People around the world and whatnot. This has been a really rough month. So please, if y'all are out there just chilling, hanging out, feeling good about yourself, revel in that moment and realize how fortunate you are, okay? Just think about that, because others won't have it nearly as good as you. So with that, we'll see you next time.